Brothers and the occasional sister, I hope this one finds you well. I'd just gone over the overhead that crosses Epping Road in Sydney, and I'd come down the other side, the stairs, and I was wondering why there were no people around. Anyway, this black fella underneath the bridge with no shirt on and a jacket just open said, "Hey fella, come here." And I said, "I'm all good, mate." He looked real dodgy. I just got that vibe. I sort of briskly walked, but I had my phone. I was actually doing a vlog for my patrons at the time. And he said, "Come back here." I so looked around like, "Yeah, nah, ain't going to happen, bro. You're dodgy ass." He's looking at my phone, probably thinking this old fella was easy pickings there with his grey beard walking along. He would have been probably maybe 30, 31, 32 years of age, young 30-year-old guy. Strong, but dodgy looking. And he started to run after me. My brain went to the fight or flight, or my body did. That's a thing that we all have in us. Our parasympathetic nervous system activates and we become ready to fight somebody or ready to flee. There's also the freeze as well. That's something I've never done. It crossed my mind to fight him. It crossed my mind for a very short moment to turn around and my general thing in that situation with someone when we're on a quick ending is to knock them out with a kick under the jaw, and that's when I was younger. And today, and I've got to say, I've only ever done that ever once in my entire life. When I used to do a little bit of fighting, but in a situation where I was protecting myself, and it works really well. But I don't want to do that because I was in a foreign country. I was flying back to New Zealand the next morning, and I didn't want to hurt the guy much, but I wanted to get rid of the threat very quickly because it was starting to escalate, and he was running after me. So it crossed my mind, turn around and drop him and then get the hell out. But I thought then the police could get involved. What if I killed the guy, what if something really bad went down? So I thought, no, the best thing is I'm going to just start running. So assuming that he was young and reasonably fit, I took off at a pretty good rate. I sprinted actually, and I was just going from a walk to a sprint, so I wasn't warmed up, and I was aware that I could tear a muscle or pull something, so I just took off slow, and I could feel him right on my heels, and he was shouting at me. I'd had the camera going, but I turned it off at this time because I wasn't interested in filming. I was interested in basically getting away. So I did about 120 metres of a full hard sprint, just putting the hammer down. I could still talk, so I wasn't gassing out completely. And he was still there. He had slowed down a bit, but he was still there. So I flicked the camera back on to record anything that went on from then on, because I thought it'd be kind of interesting to look back, and also a bit of content for the Good Bastard Club. And in that bit of footage you can hear him swearing, "You can't fuck you," and he's swearing at me. And I just put the hammer down. I kept on going, and I probably went another, only 300 metres maybe, and I could feel him pulling away and losing the battle. And I did another 100 metres to traffic lights and turned around, and he was like this, clearly not very fit. And I de-escalated a problem that could have been really bad. Now he tried to take, he had something in his jacket. I didn't see what it was. I don't know if it was a knife or it was something he was trying to get out. Whether it was something to throw at me or it was a weapon, I have no idea. But there was something there which also was, and he dropped that and he went back to pick it up. So I don't know whether it was a phone, I don't know. But clearly he wanted to mug me. He was probably looking at the smart-ass phone I had and thought, well, that'll sell on the black market for a few bucks. He wasn't wanting to get my autograph or anything like that. It'd be funny if he was. I got to the other side of the road and my adrenaline was fair pumping. So when that happens and your body goes into fight or flight, everything goes to survival. All the blood's taken away from your digestion, from your brain even. It just goes to your muscles and you accelerate. And that's why we do a lot of stupid things when we're in fight or flight. And that's why it's always careful to monitor yourself when you're in that. That night when I got back to where I was staying, I was aware that my heart rate was up and I didn't get a great night's sleep because it's very difficult to switch off from fight or flight back into rest and digest, to activate from the sympathetic nervous system, which I was in the sympathetic nervous system, back to the parasympathetic nervous system where you're in rest and digest. I think that's the right way around, correct me if I'm wrong. I lay in bed there and I thought about just life in general, how 4 years ago I wouldn't have been able to outrun him. 4 years ago I wasn't that fit and that fast off the mark, and I could have been a victim. And I looked it up, and every 7 minutes in Sydney there is an assault. Every week there's between 1 and 2 murders, which It's crazy, isn't it? Things like that, people that have got drug problems, or often it's domestic problems too. And then my brain started to wander and I started thinking about this war. And I don't talk about politics on this channel, but I have to bring this up. I thought about this war that's been going on with Russia against the Ukraine. And I thought how Putin is needlessly sending all these young men, that a lot of them don't even want to go, and they're losing their lives. It's between 25 and 35,000 men every month are dying. You think about that one life, that soldier that goes and dies. His mother raised him as a child. He grew up with dreams and aspirations just like you. Maybe he wanted to play guitar. Maybe he wanted to become a football star. Maybe he wanted to be a singer. Maybe a dancer. Maybe he wanted to be a politician. Maybe a lawyer. Maybe he wanted to just live a peaceful life in the country and have his dog, or he'd go for a walk with his dog, or raise his children with his partner. His mum raised him from a baby, and his father worked to support the mum as he was raised. And he grew up and he became his family and his community and where he lived. And suddenly he's plucked out of that and he's going to go and fight somebody he doesn't want to fight. And he's in a trench for 3 or 4 days, starving because they're not getting food to him, like hungry. He's cold. He hasn't had any rest. He's got an injury. Maybe he's had his hand blown off. And the last thing he remembers is a bloody drone coming down, flying towards him and blowing him to bits, or blowing his comrade to bits beside him, and he's wounded, left to die with his wounds. This is going on all the time, and I thought, this world is just crazy. It's just insane how we've become, when life is so precious, and we all have our battles. And I don't mean to talk about that guy's battle making your battles any less, but all of us, I mean, the guy that tried to rob me, he's got his battles. He's got an addiction problem, and he's probably hanging out for his next fix and doesn't care about anybody else. He's become the lowest basic that a human can be. He doesn't care about anybody but his own needs, and he's ready to attack another innocent human just to fulfill something in himself. And this is what war is. It's the same thing. That guy in the corner that was under that stairwell, that black guy with no shirt, is no different to, say, some politician in an office that's sending young men off to die to fulfill his psychopathic needs. It's no different, except he's doing it on a much larger scale. He doesn't care about their family, their life. They don't care about you. And I think it's different for the guy on the other side. In the Ukraine, I think those guys are fighting for their country. They've got something to fight for, but being sent off. Yeah, us human beings, we're not as evolved. I mean, we do amazing things, but we're not as evolved. And I came back home to here, and I walked my dogs to the country, and I thought how blessed I am to have this simple life of peace, where no one chases you at night. And also thank my lucky stars that my fitness is so good that I got away. Anyway, that video is only on my Patreon for patrons. I haven't posted it to public. If you want to watch it, jump on board. It won't cost you more than shouting me a coffee. And if you enjoy my content, well, you've been watching it for free for so long, give it a little bit back, because it takes effort to create. And I hope you enjoy this video, and stay safe out there. If you're actually going for a walk at night, make sure you're fit, because it's always better to run than to fight every time. It's better for the person attacking you, and it's better for you getting away. That's one thing we learnt when I did Sado Karate when I was young. Always avoid a fight, get out of it. And I'm here to tell a story for another day, because you never know what the other guy's got. You might think you're a good fighter, but it only takes a standing knife to the carotid artery and you're bleeding out with 40 seconds, it's all over. And luck's not always on our side, so better to run. I know when I was a younger man, I definitely would have fought. And one of my mates said, well, I can't run, so I'd have to fight him. Mind you, that mate would have killed him, because he's tough. Tougher than me. Go steady, and we'll catch you in the next Bro Chick Club video. It's been a long time since I posted one, but I've had a full-on amount on my plate right now. See you soon. Bye.